Hydrangea Public Library presented by Team Hydrangea members Emory Dunn, Margaret Powell, Jennifer Carr, and Vanessa Buenavista. Hydrangea Public Library is a public library located in Midlothian, Virginia, a suburb of Richmond, Virginia. The total population of the Midlothian area is just under 95,000, and the demographics of the area are predominantly white, with 76.7% of the population, followed by a large Black population at 11.1%, and smaller Asian and Latinx populations. The education levels of Midlothian, Virginia are made up of 96% high school graduates, with over half of the residents being college graduates. Our proposal for the Hydrangea Public Library is to create a centralized online resource for parents who wish to educate their children at home. Virginia has a growing homeschool movement and has only continued to increase due to COVID-19. Parents are increasingly dissatisfied with public school curriculums and are seeking alternatives. Additionally, parents are concerned about the safety of their children and see that their children are struggling academically and socially. Creating a free online resource will help parents adapt to homeschooling their children. Our library's strengths are that we will provide an abundance of resources for parents to utilize, have the community's trust for homeschooling, have a lot of people coming in that are homeschoolers, and a good and balanced collection. Some of our library's weaknesses are that we don't have an expert to provide lesson planning or group programming. We don't have an expert to make sure we are being state compliant. Our IT resources are limited, and there is not enough money in the budget to do as much as we would like. We have many opportunities at our library, including applying for more grants upon successful implementation of this initiative, relying on the community for their homeschooling experience. We already have $5,000 to invest in resources. The COVID-19 pandemic is the perfect opportunity for parents to explore homeschooling and non-traditional learning, and we can provide a physical space for families to use for education. Some threats to our library's homeschooling program is that there are other libraries that may offer better resources than we do, especially those who have established services for homeschooling, and as the threat of the pandemic lessens, the idea of homeschooling may lose traction over time. Finally, our budget is limited, so we have to start small. Our homeschooling program meets most, if not all, of the ALA values, including access and lifelong learning and education. We will provide access to the tools that parents need to provide children with excellent homeschooling. Abby is a 34-year-old Black woman born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. She is married to a white man and they have 3 children, one in elementary school, one in middle school, and one in high school. They live in Midlothian, Virginia, and commute into Richmond for work. Abby's experience with her local school system has given her mixed feelings. Her children are biracial and have been bullied due to their heritage, so Abby and her husband are concerned about this unsafe environment for their children. Abby and her husband want their children to learn in a safe environment, but they are also concerned about controversial teaching practices like Common Core. Yet they do not trust the school system to protect their children or educate them properly. They have internet access, and Abby is a stay-at-home mom while her husband works and supports their family. They discuss these issues and agree that homeschooling is a safer and more grounded approach to education for their children. Abby frequently goes to her local library for information about becoming a homeschool teacher for her children, in addition to a full-time wife and mother. She seeks out information on guides to homeschooling, high-quality educational material that she can adapt to teaching her children, and a diverse range of material so she can teach her children about multiple points of view. This is our Gantt chart that tracks the use of our budget as well as the rollout of our program implementation. It follows 6 phases over a 5-month period. Our $5,000 budget will be used primarily in the following ways. First, we will purchase multiple databases to facilitate learning. These databases include Novelist, ABC Clio, Teaching Books, and World Book. We will also spend the remaining $175 of the budget on marketing to promote our new program and raise awareness of it. This marketing campaign will include printing flyers, printing on checkout receipts, and printing on bookmarks. Printing will be done using a printer we already have at the library. Staff training will be done in-house to save on costs. Training will cover using the new website, concerns and challenges facing homeschooling families, and how we plan to alleviate these challenges, how and why homeschooling benefits families. We will also train staff to use state-compliant materials and answer questions and concerns from homeschooling families. And we will show what resources we offer to the modern American family seeking to educate children at home. Additionally, we will use resources that we already have, primarily in the children's department. These resources include children's educational materials, children's educational DVDs, children's literature, nonfiction print and electronic material, and an established community for education and tutoring, along with a dedicated library website that includes our online catalog. The location of our resources will primarily be online, but we will also have a dedicated physical space and materials for homeschoolers that need to come to the library. Our SMART goals begin with specific goals. These specific goals are what we want to offer resources for the average family pursuing educational needs that differ from a standard public or private school, and to offer a space to learn, a website that shows what we have, and an abundance of books, ebooks, and databases for our patrons. Our measurable goals will be done by measuring our success through user participation. This will be done through surveys and having a suggestion/complaint box that is reviewed by staff. Our library's actionable goals include improving our online and in-person resources, creating a physical space in the library for homeschooling patrons to utilize, partnering with other libraries or community centers that may offer more than we currently do, and creating a digital space on the public library website for our resources. Relevant goals include keeping homeschooling relevant even after the COVID-19 pandemic subsides. We want to offer modern and updated homeschooling resources that can be used by a diverse population. Our time-bound goals are dynamic and can change over time. We intend to respond by continually providing and updating our resources for homeschoolers.